Hello, my name is Avish Golokya. As we know, biotechnology has upgraded to its fully obtained benefit and its application. Today we will focus on impact of biotech at a micro level, at a small scale using nanoemulsion, which can enhance the overall quality of food products, including the preservation, encapsulation, protection, or increasing the nutraceutical values. So the first question is that what are nanoemulsions? If we just split the word, nano it means at very small, at very low scale, and emulsion it means two immiscible liquid mixed together. So now let's talk about composition of nanoemulsion, how we can create nanoemulsions. As you can see in this schematic view, there is oil droplets, emulsifier, and we need hydrophobic substance. The formation basically require two immiscible liquids and emulsifier, particularly in oil into water nanoemulsification. In oil phase, it can be made up of triglyceride, non-polar essential oil, waxes, or oil-soluble vitamins. Emulsifiers are used to stabilize and reduce the interference tension of resulting formation of a small and stable nanoemulsion. Besides this property, they also prevent a collision between a small droplet and increase its kinetic stability of the nanoemulsion. So the main function of emulsifier is to stabilize the whole molecule. So now let's discuss about preparation of nanoemulsion. There are main two ways we can create linear emulsion. One is called high energy method and second one is called low energy method. They both are influenced by its material, operating condition and preparation method. As you can see in this schematic view, there is oil and water. After coarse emulsion, it will create a fine emulsion, and after flocculation, if we don't use those method, we can see again the separation of two-phase oil and water. That's why to prevent this creaming process, we have to use high or low energy method. So now let's discuss the high energy method. There are main three techniques we can use. One is called high pressure homogenization, second one is a microfluidizer, and third one is ultrasonification. Three of them basically work on the same principle, which is basically breaking down macroemulsion into smaller droplet. So now I will present a video which explain about the formation of nanoemulsion using high pressure homogenization. So as you can see in the video, the sample is loaded from upside down. On the left side there is a high pressure pump which helps in splitting macroemulsion into small droplets. On the right side there is a collection pipe which is collecting the small droplets to further use. So the application of this technique, as mentioned from previous discussion, as you can see, it can be used in ketchup, it can be used in cream, ice cream, and various uses. So now let's have a look on how microfluidizer work. The sample is coming from right side and converted into nanoemulsion by using high pressure as well as emulsifier to decrease the size, and it's also including encapsulation process to the each droplet. Afterwards, this particle goes to the collection pipe for a further use. Moving on, now let's see how low energy method works. There is a main two low energy method. Both are inversion method. First one is called phase inversion temperature method. This method uses inversion property of a molecule. The concept behind it is that low temperature oil in water emulsion is formed, and whereas high temperature we can see water into oil in emulsion is formed. This happens due to solubility of emulsifier in water decreases with the increasing in a temperature. The second technique is a phase inversion composition method. The concept behind this technique is that varying the composition of constituent changes the hydrophilic and lipophilic behavior of emulsifier. For example, on adding salt to oil in water nanoemulsion with ionic emulsifier, the electric charge of surfactant will be changed and it will turn to water in oil emulsion system. So we can directly change the oil in water emulsion to water in oil emulsion system. So now let's discuss about characterization of nanoemulsion. Physical properties, stability, microstructure have to be characterized for its application. What kind of application? It can be final texture, taste, flavor, or stability of food. We can actually find it out how long it will stay. What kind of data will lead us to this application? We have to measure size, we have to measure a charge, we have to measure a size distribution, And this all kind of measurement we can take using physicochemical method. For an example, thermoanalytical technique, dynamic light scattering, nuclear magnetic resonance, X-ray scattering, transmission electron microscopy. Now let's focus on how we can actually apply this nanoemulsion into food. Certain bioactives have a low solubility but rapid metabolism, which reduce its bioavailability, whereas some are volatile and sensitive to producing or processing conditions. These challenges can be overcome by use of nanoemulsion to encapsulate bioactive compound for their use in a food matrix. It will protect from processing condition and prevent its degradation for a long duration from temperature, light, pH, oxidative stress during storage. For example, encapsulation of flavor and coloring agent and encapsulation of nutraceuticals. So now let's see how we can use natural preservatives. After knowing this technology of nanoemulsification, now it's possible to use natural preservatives in our regular diet. The problem was that plant essential oil have an antimicrobial activity against foodborne pathogens. But due to the hydrophobicity of natural plant essential oil, we cannot use directly to our food. But nanoemulsion formulation of essential oil can be used to overcome this problem. Nowadays, lots of companies are also introducing this methodology to use preservatives, but in a sense that not artificial one. Now we are using a natural. Those have an antimicrobial, antioxidant capacity. So as you can see here, there is a main two product which is recently our companies are using. One is oregano oil and one is a curcumin. Oregano oil is basically disturbed as bacterial cell membrane and monocytes, Salmonella or E. coli. Those are the main foodborne pathogen. Oregano oil nanoemulsion inhibit the growth of foodborne bacteria. As I mentioned that in slides, basically it will work on a fresh lettuce. It was observed that oregano oil nanoemulsion disturbed lots of bacterial cell membrane. When it's come to curcumin, when curcumin nanoemulsion with mean size droplet of about 14 nanometer, along with edible pectin coating, will increase the shelf life of a chicken at 4 degrees Celsius for up to 12 days. So till now we were discussing about nanoemulsion in food, but now I want to focus on food industry, how we can use on a multiple scale or on industry level. So main two use we will focus on now. First one is called emulsion based delivery system, which include any kind of bioactive agent inside that missile structure, and we can directly apply on the food. And second one is a emulsion based acceptance system. If we want to increase the nutraceutical value, we will use the system to increase the value of nutrition to any kind of food product. So now I will give you an example of a recent use in the different kind of companies. First is a Unilever company has its nanoemulsion in ice cream for reducing fat content up to 60%. This company has already patented their own nanoemulsion also. Second one I want to discuss about a small startup. Neutral is with this NSSL technology has fortified beverages with a nanoemulsion of a lipophilic compound such as beta carotene, omega 3 vitamins, and lots of extra nutrition which we can put into different kind of beverages. Now let's focus on a natural antioxidant. The nanoemulsion of encapsulated natural antioxidant have been freeze dried and applied to fresh and minimally or semi-processed food. As we also discussed before that those kind of plant essential oil which have antioxidant property, those are beneficiary for this kind of application. And now we can see the novel use of this kind of nanoemulsion system, which will form nanodrops and it will pass through a digestive system effectively without undergoing degradation. Small compressed micelle called nanotropes are developed, and these micelles serve as a carrier for a fat-soluble bioactive. The micelles incorporated with the food product, and it will pass through, as I mentioned, that digestive system effectively, and it will not absorb at all. So now we will focus on current and future prospects. Different kind of studies has been carried out to evaluate the use of high and low energy approach, or we can say the method, to formulate nanoemulsion, and the focus on optimizing those method parameters and ingredients to use in a nanoemulsion preparation. And the second one is delivery system. The emulsion based delivery system and nanoemulsion edible coating can improve the functionality of a food, and it's also enhance the quality and shelf life of a food. Till now, we discussed about lots of benefit of nanoemulsion in the food industry and its application, but the risk associated with the use of engineered nanoemulsion in food is not known because of lack of data and lack of information that we are having till now. Thank you very much for your attention.